Ooh. Doesn't really matter what all the critics say. You rescued my life, baby, in so many different ways. This kind of love may not last till eternity, but as long as you stay in my life, love is over and over again. Love seemed impossible in my life. With a vibe like yours, I am brand new. It's between me and you. Cherish what we have, just us two. What we have is ordained for few. Living every moment like it's our last. Forgetting all about our past. Following our bliss to find some peace. Dreaming of forever with you. Knowing that it's just gonna be us two. Ooh, 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 ooh. The wise ones say that love is just the choice. If that is true, baby, I only want to feel your touch. Love seemed impossible in my life. With a vibe like yours, I am brand new. It's between me and you. Cherish what we have, just us two. What we have is ordained for few. Living every moment like it's our last. Forgetting all about our past. Following our bliss to find some peace. Dreaming of forever with you. Knowing that it's just gonna be us two. Oh baby, make love to me, kiss me gently, embrace me tenderly, it's between me and you. Ooh, 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 ooh. Love seemed impossible in my life. With a vibe like yours, I am brand new. It's between me and you. Cherish what we have, just us two. What we have is ordained for few. Living every moment like it's our last. Forgetting all about our past. Following our best to find some peace. Escape with me, let's run away from life's pain and uncertainty. Ooh, 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 it's between me and you. Thank you.
All right. How are you over on this side? All right. I want to welcome everybody to Lyrics Under the Stars. And we do say that we're starting right at 7 o'clock, but you know how things go a little bit. I want to welcome everybody to the Cultural Division at the Old Mill, and we're celebrating Domfesta. Tonight, we have very talented poets and artists. There is some artwork up at the top. Also, feel free to visit our craft people along the back table. We also have snacks and drinks in the back as well, too. And because we don't have an exact program, we're going to have open mic. I did see that there were some people that were interested in open mic. Anybody for open mic by show of hands? Anybody wants to start off the night with an open mic poem? We're welcoming Janet Taylor to the microphone, everybody. Give it up for Janet Taylor.
Well, I finally got it together after all of these lyrics under the stars to put this on my phone. And that's where we're headed. I wrote this in January of 2022. It's called Liberation. Planning your agenda dark, in arrogance, you left your mark. Spinning a web of live control, you maneuvered, bribed, killed, and stole. The system cunningly in place to trick the stupid human race, sitting in your bogus power, sneering till the D-Day hour. Consumed with all your evil things, you wickedly pulled the puppet strings. No remorse for those who died and fell. No fears for those who went to hell. For 2 years of fear and pain, you drove the public to collect your gain, caring nothing of the stops and starts, grief and dying of human hearts. And then, just when you thought you had it made, people rose up in one cascade. People rose up far and wide and joined hands, freedom echoing through all the lands. People said no to lockdowns and masks. People said no to passes and vax. People stood up and risked their jobs. People stood up and refused the swabs. Still, governments pushed their lies. The media joined. Free speech dies. And yet, the truth is still arising. Whistleblowers, lawyers uncompromising, scientists, doctors, sensitizing, preachers, counselors, moralizing, military, economists analyzing, the mass psychosis hypnotizing. Stop! The tide is turning, a shift of yearning as people are relearning the rebirth of Earth, the renew of you. Come unity, opportunity, identity, ingenuity, divinity, sovereignty, but above all, liberty.
Another big round of applause for Janet Taylor, the first poet to step up to the mic. That's what I love about poetry, because it just, you can write whatever's in your heart, whatever it is that you feel as well, too. Anybody else that's interested for open mic? That's something to think about. We're going to go along with our performance for right now. We have an individual here, he originally from Graham Bay. He does a lot of work with the Scouts, and he's a well-recognized name in Dominica. Please let's welcome Mr. Bouncy Liverpool, everybody. Bouncy Liverpool.
Boy, long time I come across here. Old Mill. Yeah, let me offer, where's the bar? Right? Then people across here just looking like the bar, right? So if somebody can give me, there's an acronym, LUTS, right? An acronym, LUTS. Tell me what that means, and I pay in a drink in the bar for anybody that do that in the next before I count free. Not you, you're not in it, you're not in it. LUTS, the acronym. Just tell me what is the acronym, and then I paid a drink for you in the bar. Not you, you're not in it. And then I paid a drink. I paid a drink in the bar for the person that can tell me the answer to the acronym LUTS. After I count 3, 1, 2, 3, or you lose. But LUTS actually means lyrics under the stars. So are you people there? Let me see how you put all your hands together for Shawna Johnson. Let me hear you. Hey, no, hey, Paddy, I say, let me put our hands together for Shawna Johnson. What I hear now? So come on, a 1, come on, a 2, come on, a 3, a 1, 2, 3, 4. Bon. Now I get the thing. I get the like the poem, but the writing kind of small. Hear that now? I going to do 2 poems, and I utter here. Now I push in 70. I going to be 70 next week. Next when it's August, when it's around there. Okay, so all them 70 years, about 50 something of them spend on the crack and alcohol and them kind of drugs and them things that make you high there. So hear that now, that poem going to say what we were like under that crack business. So there is a crack addict saying that this right now. Him. We are legion, trapped in our Stygian streets of grey. Well, actually, the name of the poem is The Streets of Grey. So, we are legion, trapped in our Stygian streets of grey. A murky climb, our sightless eyes survey. Tragedy, our pallid lives convey, existing as we do in our Hadean streets of grey. Cravings control. Resistance declines. To death and decay, the will declines. We are devoid of hope. Is come what may. Sugally existing in the streets of grey. Holy smoke. Our gaunt walls, light scant cannot penetrate. Fluid images of shame and hate. A present dying in tomorrow's day, leaving phantom footprints in the streets of grey. A hiss, a stir, poisoned darts released. Hey, social venom, malevolence unleashed. Grey walls become a friendly, cushioning gloom, masking the slippery slope to our beckoning doom. Our eyes widely shut, our thoughts light years away. We are legions doomed. We fear the light of day. We are hooked till the pushers on us prey, even while despising us, who stalk those luckless streets of grey. It's always night, dark, damned, dank decay. There is nary a light. There is nary a hopeful ray. What makes us stay? Why do we live this way? Huddled in the shadows, bordering those woeful streets of grey. And fearful night meanders into doubtful day. tomorrow. Titles the pastor today. Life's signposts drift through on their weary way, leaving us marooned in our Plutonian streets of gray. Snakes alive, baby. We are dead, yet living. Hey, we are empty, yet distending. We have given up to a death impending. We have fallen on the sway. We have chosen the darker way. We have chosen the murk of night over the bright of day. I done. Hear that? Hear that now? No, there's a thankful one. There's the second one, there's the second and last one. Arise and shine. Oh, wait there. The poem's name is Arise and Shine. But here now, arise and shine. Oh, let my heart's expression flow. I'm telling you, wanted to purge my inner reaches and allow my soul to glow. Let me manifest myself in perfect harmony with the God I know. Let me let my bowl be shattered as selfless thoughts disperse and go. We're free as time, baby, as my head in the clouds sublime, as an arrow from a bow is hey, 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 hey. For the happy seeds I sow, thank you, God, as spiritually I grow.
Everybody, Bouncy Liverpool. I just want to make a special mention as well, too, that Lyrics Under the Stars brings in everybody. And Bounty has some really great stories that he shared with me. In the late 70s is when the Writers Guild was first started for the Cultural Division. And Bounty will tell me stories of him meeting with some of the other members early 70s, late 70s, early 80s by the library. That's not anymore, but the library that was there, and he'll always reminisce about the great times that they've had. So I'm thinking that with all the writers and the poets here, we really need to reestablish the Writers Guild. But I would like to thank Bounty Liverpool for being here, and again, let's give him a big round of applause. I also want to make a mention as well, too, that we have artwork upstairs by Aaron Hamilton. We also have a live painting demonstration by Sadrak that is right behind here. Also, you don't have to feel just that you're in one spot. You can feel free to just walk upstairs as well, too. That's a good spot to watch. And for those on this side, you guys are okay? Are you guys okay? All right, now I can hear you. Lyrics Under the Stars is always happy to open up the stage to our younger generation. And I know you think I'm 16. I'm not the young one. All right, so we have college volunteers as well. You've seen them at the front door, in the kitchen. And I'd also like to just say just how grateful I am to all of the college volunteers and to Dominica State College. So can we give them a big round of applause as well, too? And with that being said, I would like to invite up a co-MC. We'll have a few of us coming across the stage. So let's give it up for our helpful MC. Her name is Kade Elwynn. Kade?
Hello, good night. Next will be Miss Santilla. She's been a teacher for about 40 years and taught music at Convent High School for 25. And she'll be performing a poem, and I'm really happy to actually introduce her because I've been one of her students. So yeah, give it up for Miss Santilla.
Good evening, all. Good evening. I'm here to tell you about the joy of music. And the title of my poem is The Music Within. Whenever you feel sad, music will make you glad. When you feel like crying, music will take away the tears. When you dare to do the impossible, music, the fear pounds within your heart. When you feel joyful, your soul makes a joyful noise. The baby gets to sleep with a sweet lullaby. For within you, there is music. Music opens a new day with the chirping of the birds, the barking of the dogs, the crowing of the rooster, the blowing of the wind, the pitter-patter of the raindrops, the crying of the baby, the drip-drip of the pipe water, the washing of the dishes, the cranking of the motorcycle, the tooting of the bus, the river rushes by, the sea splashes the shore. For within everything on this earth, there is music. Music makes us celebrate. Our birthdays in song we calibrate. At weddings we walk down the aisle, two people in sync, musically stride. As the celebrant triumphs over death, the congregation shows its musical wealth. Our carnivals and Christmas days return each year with their musical blaze. The crowd at a sports arena sing praises to the winner. The wind often goes through the trees to usher in the morning breeze. The sound of a storm signals a hurricane at the next stage. Music is sound, and sound combined makes music which propels the mind. The joy of music is the music within. Even the blind and the deaf can feel it. Thank you.
She has a published book, and I'm going to bring her up so she can tell you a little bit more about it. Her name is Matilda Popo. Let's give her a big round of applause, everybody.
Good evening, everybody. I'll not accept that. Good evening, everybody. Awesome, awesome. We have life. We are not dead. We are not dead. We are not dead. All right. I was forced to be here by Shawna Johnson. She knows how to captivate my soul. She knows how to do it. Shawna is great. I had no choice but to be here. But I'm happy I'm here because I'm seeing lovely people. Lovely people. Lovely people. I shall do one this evening, and I hope you all will wake up when I leave that stage this evening. It's entitled Wake Up. Wake up. A time to sleep. A time to rise. A time to take off the dust from your eyes. A time to look fresh. A time to think. A time to face your reality. A time to get out from your sleeping zone. Wake up and stop acting like you are partially dead. Stop creating your insanity by your useless activity. Though your eyes are wide open, you are partially blind. Blinded by a vision that is clamping you down, a vision that is making you weak, a vision that is making you sick. Wake up. You have slept for too long. It is time to be progressive. It is time to be aggressive. It is time to accelerate your mind. Stop fantasizing. Wake up and make that great thing happen. You have what it takes to make that change. You keep on crying. By your action, you are dying. Wake up from your slumber. Make that bold step. It is time to turn things around. It is time to show that you are strong. Wake up. Stop denying yourself. There is no more time to linger. There is no more time for such relaxation. Start thinking intensely. Start thinking wisely. Align your thoughts with positive action. By being creative, you can be innovative. Grab the bull by the horn until your new day is done. You have been muting your mind. Make use of your hands. Find the power within. Start to make things happen. Wake up, my people. Wake up, my people. Wake up, my people. You have been sleeping for too long. You have been sleeping for too long. You have been sleeping for too long. Wake up. Wake up, my people. Wake up.
Alias is of Hebrew origin and, his alias is of Hebrew origin and carries the meaning mighty one as heard. He's just a young man seeking the ancient path while sharing his experience through his music. He's going to be singing Save Me tonight. Give a round of applause.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The song I'm about to perform is called Save Me. It's one of my own compositions. The lead guitarist is a friend of mine called Mika Lee, and the producer of the song is Mika Lee. So I pray that this song is a blessing to each and every one. I hope you enjoy it. Time I meditate, things I've done before perpetuate my mind and my face hits the floor. Tried so hard to listen, I can't hear your voice. And when I call to you, my words enter the void. And though I try to run, I can't escape the past. Yeah, I need a restart. Can you give me that? Then I hear your voice walking on the water as I sunk beneath, crying, Master, save me from the skin I'm in. I need your cleansing, save me, 'cause I'm drowning. You are the way, that's why I need you. Save me, save me, save me. I'm lost without you. Yeah, I put my trust in you. Now that you pulled me out, water droplets of sin. They try to weigh me down, but in you, I'm stronger now. The righteous, they may fall 7 times. That's when I think of you and get the strength to rise. This flesh can't hold me bound. Your light has driven my back, on which I carry truth until this body cracks. My spirit can be swayed. That's why daily I pray for renewing strength until that fateful day you save me. Save me. You save me. I'm lost without you. Yeah, I put my trust in you. My body's dirt from the cursed ground until you raise me up. Breathe breath into my lungs. You gave me sight to see when once I had no eyes, and now I see the truth. I can't go back to lies. This place, it gripped my heart when once I lived in lust. A heart so filled with doubt until you pull me out. Now I am the one among many men who have returned to you. You proved your love, my friend. 'Cause when I was drowning, it's you that lent a hand. No stronger bond than this. I'm yours until the end. You saved me. Hallelujah. You saved me. A liar who has saved me. You saved me. Yeah. You saved me. You saved me from the skin I'm in, from drowning, and you pulled me out when I was down and out. You lift my head, that's why I carry on. You save me. Thank you, yeah, for saving me. Thank you.
Next, we have Shadina Antoine. I kind of putting her on the spot, but I've gone to school with her before, and I'm really honored to be introducing her as well and seeing what she has to say and her poems. Yeah.
Sorry, I feel better delivering standing. Okay. Hi, I'm Shadina. I'm 18, I go to the Dominica State College. That's how I know Kade. I'll actually be delivering 2 of my pieces this evening. The first is dedicated to all of the people, particularly women, young girls, teenagers like myself who's had to walk home at night alone, looking behind their backs, fearing what may happen to them. This is our reality. I hope you enjoy. This poem is entitled The End is Noir, by the way. Noir as in black, yes. Streetlights ooze halos in the dead of night, amid the circling of fireflies, a hoax. To comfort my unsettling anxiety, fear holds the key to all distress, but I am no stranger to darkness. Cracked my skin, spilling black ink-filled words onto paper poetry. Meticulously tattooing my mind with thoughts, these words define her history, but it is the fright, bookmarked in the crevice of her existence, making bleak promises to shadows, listening to a cricket's arrangement, headphones silenced, mouth whispering tongues into twilight, my unbroken gospel. Muscles tensed on the verge of arrest, cocooned in a ball of misfortune, watching my shoes move in crayon darkness. There she goes. Through the valley of the shadow of death, faring the souls of the damned men, untamed creatures of the night whose bodies think before they do. I remind myself that this is what it means to be woman. An uncomfortable definition, the world's constant torture. Why does wielding a vagina feel more like a sin in humane nature? I will not let them paint their egos with blood from my uterus, so I run, legs working on speed dial, a notification getting the wind knocked out of you is the only way to remind your lungs how much they like the taste of air. What's your workout routine? 5 reps of fear integrated with worry. The irony, secret to an athlete's body is being female. I want to be chronicled within the margins of each news item, changing the world one word at a time. That's the headline. Not on the top 100 most peated list. You know, the girls the darkness swallowed whole, whose souls gave out just before the final stretch. An unsettling game of Russian roulette I've been playing for years now. At least I've had the most luck. I'm already grateful that the darkness consumes my face whole. These times I feel like my melanin is worth something. Thank you. Okay, moving on to second poem. It is called Artist Tree. To be a mockingbird is one thing, whistling contralto cadences of pure happiness, but to kill one with your slingshotted words is another. I am no mockingbird. My voice does not echo melodic tunes. My voice resounds change, purpose. My words hold a single chord of their own, a one-keyed chorus, too broken to be built, too shameless to give a chance. Call on the dissonance to create a melody, tuning the soul with false ambition, completely complete me. My destiny thought it funny to trap me this way, but I am a tree, anchored and rooted in my ancestry. Baptizing in creativity and uniqueness, I make poetry exist from the soil. From the soil I fertilize my thoughts, from which I bear my fruit, artistry. Art, this tree, my branches lengthen to interlock with the clouds of success, only to be strangled by the vines of unproductivity. They cut me down, they, being me, sticks and stones to break my own bones. These words which envelope me entirely, but I am a tree. Of baobab descent, I am rigid, resilient at least, I want to be. Naturally, battered not shall my form be to please your mediocrity, nor shall my structure be of refuge to your envy. Resilient, yes, but even my bark has breaches, breaches my sap cannot contain. Relent, let's talk about stagnance. You wound me with your sharp-edged critique. I refuse to be bruised by those blinded by the tumors of negativity. Yes, I remain planted, but my words travel to places unknown because I am a tree of baobab descent. I am rigid, content at least I can be, naturally. Thank you very much.
If you guys are growing thirsty or you'd like a drink outside, they're selling kako tea. You know, Dominica Treasure, have some, go outside. And next we have Melon George, who is an aspiring poet and whose favorite poet is Maya Angelou. That's where he drew his inspiration from. And he really liked how she, sorry, he really liked how she had imagery with such little words. Yeah. Melon?
So I like the feedback that everybody says, because if we're not open and honest, we won't know. So Kade, everybody thinks you're lovely, lovely, lovely first time MC. Don't you guys think? Give her a big round of applause. So the only thing is, I guess it's the positioning there. Okay, so now go ahead and just say something to them.
Hi.
All right, right, all right. All right, so when you come back up next as well too. Wonderful.
Okay.
Kade Elwynn, everybody. I just wanted to make a little mention as well too. Sometimes when it comes to poetry or the spoken word, or even when you're reading, sometimes it's very difficult rather than a jam or a show or where you go and see Nigel dance, because sometimes you can have chatter in the back. So it is very difficult when there's like so many little noises and the poet's on stage. So let's just really, really try to respect them, to listen to their words, and to just be in love with the words that are out there. Thank you, Tamara, for letting me know that as well, too. Is everybody having a good time? All right. I just want to mention as well, too, that we are here because of Domfesta. Lyrics Under the Stars is celebrating this time. And also, we have our craft association. And when you go and you take a look and you say, oh, yeah, that's nice, that's nice. But if you can support, or maybe if you don't have that money on you right now, ask for their number, ask for their name, and you can always find them somewhere else. They're downtown selling, individual, working in their crafts and their craft home, because we really want to support the local artist. All right? And then also, too, I'm sure you guys had heard from Kade as well too, that we have Afi. Afi George has Kako tea. And it's not just Kako tea that he went to go and buy, he's actually produced this. And this is what he's manufacturing, and this is his business right now. So he has Kako tea selling for us to drink right now. He has chocolate and also Kako sticks that you can take home with you. So he is right through here as well at the back. Or even if you don't feel like getting up, those at the top too, if you just wave your hand, one of the college volunteers will come to you, take your order of what you want, and they'll bring it to you. Does that work out for everybody? All right. We're going to call up the next poet to the mic right now, and I'm bringing back Kade for you. Kade, everybody.
I'm not Kade, I'm the next poet. Um, My name is Melon, an aspiring poet. I just want to bring another round of applause for the previous performer. I mean, she was excellent. So can we just give her another round of applause, please? All right, so I just want to give a backstory on this poem. It is entitled Mirror. I wrote this, I think, it should be dated. Okay, 21, September 8th, 2021. I had COVID during that time, so I decided to take a walk. I live in the bush, so I decided to take a walk and clear my head, and I ended up with this piece, Mirror. Art is always changing, yet art has always been the same. Art is an error trapped, but it chooses to live above itself. Art is every expression that the artist cannot fathom within himself. Art is the freedom that one feels when he has only ever known the shackle of embracement. Art is a word that has never been spoken, yet art is every word that walks across his lips. Art is the showing up as one, but standing as 1,000. Art is a practice, a religion, a culture. Art is the outcome of a soul smeared on a blank page, pounding my chest and leaving my heart exposed. Art itself is a moment frozen, yet art is history, and art is a picture that has yet been taken. Art is everything I hope to be. Art is my prayer, and art is me. Okay, so I'm going to do one more. This one is, okay. This one is entitled Truth Is. Now, I'm going to give you all some insight of how I feel right now. Just imagine writing a poem for somebody you love, and then now you're performing it, but they're your ex. Okay, so listen. So the poem is entitled Truth Is. Truth is, I like you. I like you like I take deep breaths before replying your messages. Truth is, I like you. I like you like I want to spend each moment talking to you. I want to know what makes you sad. I want to know what makes you angry. I want to know what makes your heart beat. I want to know what pains you've been through. I want to know what hurts you've been through. I want to know what hurts you've been through so we can dance in the burning pain of each other's heartbeat. I want to drift into a different space with you. A place where there is only the glare of the moon in between our closeless bodies, absorbing nothing but the heat of synchronized heartbeats. Truth is, I cannot sleep. I cannot sleep with a heart that has died 1,000 deaths, knowing that you have found love without me. But my heart will die 1,000 more and relinquish even its drum before seeing you without that love. Born on the 20th of April, I see you. I see you in ways that you have never been seen before. You have been bequeathed with a heart of liquid gold, and with everything tender, a cross must be formed. Your smile brightens the moon, your eyes a door to beauty as well as pain. Your skin like a strip of gold worn as a pharaoh's gown. You are beautiful. Truth is, I am sorry. I am sorry that my heart chose you as its North Star. My heart chose to photograph our every encounter like an award-winning moment. I'm sorry, but the truth is, I've fallen in. That's it.
I think we can give him a louder applause than that. Come on, guys. All right. Next, we have Fire Bright, a reggae artist from Soufriere. Give it up.
Bonsoir, good night. How you doing? Everybody cool? Give thanks for life. Hey DJ, Yeah, the place look nice. Give thanks for life. Lovely to see everybody in one, you know. Rastafari. DJ, fling the tune. Yeah. Yeah. Things are getting tougher now. Things are getting rough and getting tougher now. Things are unsurrayed in the system. Fire is the drain. Oh yeah. Toughen on you, toughen on. Young in the system. It roughing on you, toughen on. It roughing on you, toughen on. Yeah, young in the system. Yeah. Alright. No come eat it. No. Man, I work hard every day. Pull it up again, DJ. Pull it up, DJ. Yeah, my name Fire Bright, you don't know. Yeah. Do a little music. DJ. Pull it back again. Yes. You don't know. We do some music in Dominica, reggae music, dancehall music, booyah music. Run it, DJ. Ah, yeah. Lyrics on the stars. Too much of the words. Yeah. Lyrics under the stars. I come to give a contribution. Yeah. Big up all mothers of the world. Yeah. Lunch and supper, take care of me. My mama did that suffer. Words of righteousness, say she always a utter. She guided my steps like a baby walker. My mama never run away and left me because her lifestyle was unable. She wrapped me up, fit me up, bless me up, put me to lay down in the cradle. Well done, mama. You did the best you can. Well done, mama. You got me from a boy into a man. Well done, mama. Always understand. Well done, mama. You always lead me by your hand. Mama beating, give me little teaching. It's a make me rise and listen. Sweet food in the kitchen. Clothes I get patch up and stitching. Even when daddy was not existing. Right now, you need not do no more. Need not pressure no more. It's my turn to help you out. Right now, you need not do no more. Need not suffer no more. Whoa, yeah. Well done, mama. You did the best you can. Well done, mama. You grew me from a boy into a man. Well done, mama. Always understand. Well done, mama. You always lead me by your hand. Mama did it all on her own. Feed the family, you know she is the backbone. There upon the struggling, she never back down. When the system fight me, she say, come me a son. She full me up on knowledge and give me the wisdom. Teach me how to speak, she know why me fi dumb. And even when the dirty Babylon ma kick me down, my mama never left me and my mama never run. Well done, mama. Did the best you can. Well done, mama. If you love your mama, say yeah, yeah. Well done, mama. Always understand. Well done, mama. You always lead me by your hand. Nothing not come easy. No. Man, I work hard every day. Nothing not come easy. No. Yeah, music is life. You don't know, we love to celebrate music. Lyrics under the stars. It's so lovely to see you all. One love. Blessed love.
One last round of applause, please. Next, we have Avatar Omish and his partner singing their last entry, so this is like their open mic. They're on their way. Give them a round of applause to introduce them and welcome them on the stage.
Gears or cogwheels are used to transfer energy from one part of a system to another.
The machinery that drove our sugar mills were dependent on these cogwheels, as can be seen all over the old mill compound.
Useless when standing alone. However, they serve as a small but integral part of a greater, fully functional whole.
As such, they inspired some deeper introspection into the role of culture. It was determined that they epitomize culture's significance in all facets of life.
The end result is a symbolic representation of a small wheel labeled as culture, supporting, transferring its energy, and moving a larger wheel, Dominica, represented by the colors of the national flag in iconic Madras print.
When at work, this rotating motion depicts the ever-evolving nature of culture. But this is not limited to one season.
Expecting this, can I just start with that? Okay, my poems are very short, so I'll be reading a few of them. Stay with me while I, Oh, can I just say that I am a writer, not a performer? There's a reason why I put my pen on paper, just so you guys know. My stage presence might not be all that, but here we go. I had a dream that her charcoal skin adored with gold hieroglyphs, her locks filled with cowrie shells, her cat eyes watched me and saw me as one of her own. We were a civilization. We danced in the dirt to the feverish beat of the drum, our spirits one. We moved as a heart pumping, pumping and giving life to the air, our bodies moving in waves. I moved my waist and bent my head back with my sisters around our goddess. I dreamt of a life I wish to live. That poem is about, okay, so basically, after each one, I think I want to talk a little bit, bear with me. I had a dream, literally, that I saw someone from the country of Africa and we danced together. Very straightforward. Okay, next one. Traces. Sometimes I wonder if Mommy Water followed me here, or maybe it was Ocean, maybe Shango, perhaps even Oya. I'm ashamed to know that I'm an invasive species standing on the black sands of White Sikubuli. I'm sad that the first name I called it was Dominica, and the first god I prayed to was God. No proper face or name but that of the white man. I was fed his existence through my mother's tongue. She slipped it up from hers, and her mother from hers. But as wrong as it feels, this was no accident. But as wrong as it feels, this was no accident. As much as we feel it's ours, this language is not our mother's. But as much as I had to Google Osu, Mami Water, Ocean, Shango, and Oya, I know Anansi. Me, I stand tall. As much as they try to erase it all, our palms are still lined with the traces from home. This poem was inspired by the fact that I feel like an invasive species in Dominica. Like, even if Dominicans, like being black, we are the majority, like, sorry for saying like so much. Even if we are the majority here, the Kalinago were kind of the original people, and I feel like a lot of our culture was lost, and the things that we celebrate and originally ours, a lot of it has been lost. But we still have some things like Anansi, Mokojombi, storytelling. Yeah. Okay. This next poem I actually wrote this morning. Okay. When I experienced you, it was like a fifth season, my 14th reason, the cardinal point in the center saying to follow your heart. It was like blue clouds cascading vines to tickle the earth and lakes dripping into the endless white sky, feeding its vastness. Sky feeding its vastness. When I met you, it was beautiful discord. Okay, and thank you. And that's all I have for you guys tonight.
Elwynn, a big round of applause for Kade. I want to mention now Nature Blends. And I always love when you see young entrepreneurs that are actually getting all of the information themselves, researching the information, getting the ingredients that they need, producing what it is that they have. And I'm not sure if everybody, wave your hand over there. I had a chance to meet Lakia Joseph, and she does, you know what? Come on up for one quick second. Because for me to say it, it wouldn't give it, all that. So come and describe your business, introduce yourself, and let the audience get to know you.
Okay, good night, everyone. Nice to see everyone. My name is Lakia Joseph. I am the owner of Nature Blends. Nature Blends is a local manufacturing business that deals with virgin and traditional coconut oil, refined and unrefined castor oil, mixed concoction oils, rose oil, rose water, lymph and muscle oils, and then we also do turmeric powder, moringa powder, and extracts, and we also have herbal tea bags. If you want to contact Nature Blends via WhatsApp or phone, it's 295-7895, on Facebook at Nature Blends, Instagram at Nature Blends_DM, or you can visit me right in the corner right here.
He is also involved very heavily in the agriculture, in social justice, of every little thing. You always see his name around. His name is Delroy Williams, but when he comes up to the mic, he goes by Nesta.
Good night, everybody. Tonight I'll be doing two pieces, one right now, another piece later into the night. My first piece is entitled Girls Like You. And I love to write about girls. Those of you who've been to previous Lyrics Under the Stars know that I usually perform poems about love and about girls. So this one, Girls Like You. My mother told me about girls like you. Girls who sing their words like gospel hymns on a Sunday morning, with smiles as bright as sunshine, exposing those pearly whites. My mother told me about girls like you, girls full of curves from their head to their toes, trapping men into submission without their own recognition. My mother told me about girls like you with seduction dripping from their melanin, sensuality that would speak to my inner being, the roll of a waist and the stride in her steps, more powerful than I could ever fathom. My mother, she told me about girls like you with a sharp tongue of wit, a bachelor's degree in sarcasm, and a master's in irony, mellowed with a touch of wild honey. My mother, she told me about girls like you who will challenge my intelligence and stand her ground, but know when to acknowledge that she is wrong, but never ever stoop to offer me pretensions. My mother, she told me about girls like you with depths of mind, body, and soul, like the valley of desolation. Not many would venture there, only he of sound mind and character. My mother, she told me about girls like you, dark chocolate and coffee and cocoa butter girls that look like my mirror's reflection. My mother, she warned me about girls like you, the unapologetic, confident, beautiful in her shape and skin, happy type girl. And yet still, I did what I did best. I fell in love with you. Thank you.
Hello again, and up next we finally have Avatar Omish and Uphill Mosh Black. Don't ask me what those names are.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
How you doing? Enjoy yourself? Okay. Our song we're going to perform is called Uphill. You know, did it together. Recorded.
At the top of my hypocrite. My style was based off of someone else. One day I'll be irrelevant. Talking like I was mentioned in the first place. What's climbing in my mental health? Mental health. Take me back to when I was this thing. My mental health. Take me back to when I was this full. Live your life with no regrets, no regrets. I close my eyes, it's all I see, all I see. I wish I was living a fantasy, fantasy. Don't touch my heart, you'll regret it. Don't play with me, don't play with me. Come to the mountain top, you'll see me there. Searching for myself, I'll find it one day, I swear. Come to the mountain top, you'll see me there. Asking God when He speaks, please draw me near. Come to the mountain top, you'll see me there. Asking God when I'll find it one day, I swear. Come to the mountain top, you'll see me there. Asking God when He speaks, please draw me there.
Talking to a part of me, I'm stalking closer, won't stop until I can pretend I could lose some friends. Always look to keep them happy, but it looks like we don't blend. Gotta focus on being me, even if there's missing trends. Gotta focus and be healthy. Self-destruction's always tempting, but I've been listening to myself at night, and I think I'll be fine. I'll make another hit for myself sometime, and I'll be alright.
to the mountain top, you'll see me there. Searching for myself, I'll find it one day, I swear. Come to the mountain top, you'll see me there. Asking God when He speaks, please draw me near. Come to the mountain top, you'll see me there. Searching for myself, I'll find it, draw me near. Come to the mountain top, you'll see me there. Asking God when He speaks, please draw me near.
I think we can all agree that was an awesome performance. Okay, one last round of applause. Okay. Next we have Leona. Leono. I'm sorry, Leono. Can you help me, please? Leona, sorry. Jeremiah is a young woman with a passion for written expression. From a very young age, she developed a deeply rooted love for poetry and has been writing ever since. She sees the world around her as a series of pens, those experiences into beautiful pieces of poetry, a few of which we will hear tonight. She's also a pharmacy student and an avid humanitarian. I tried, I'm sorry.
Good night, everyone. Tonight I'll be doing two of my poems, the first of which is titled Paralyzed. I think it will be relatable as it can span across different experiences as well as different emotions. So I hope it relates to you. Paralyzed. She couldn't move. Paralyzed from the face down, stuck in the pool of quicksand that was her thought, slowly tugging at her heartstrings. She couldn't breathe. Respiratory movements, no longer involuntary, gasping for the oxygen that seemed no longer present in the air, choking on her silence. She couldn't see. Blinded by the salt waterfalls that pulled at her cheeks, soaked by a rain that wasn't overhead, her face lay saturated. She couldn't speak. Her throat constricted as it attempted to jump out of her neck, the words amiss. She couldn't think. With every twitch of the eye and fade to black in every blink, she fought. The fight to thought, the voice to speak, the light to see, the ease to breathe. Thank you. And the second one is called Boundaries. This one is a longer one. Boundaries. What you don't realize is my words are not meant to break through your boundaries, only to shine light on how I feel. My outlet is this, and it will forever be. This is so much deeper than you and me. If I was to focus on the biggest qualm, it's more about the fact that someone I had their back didn't even hold my palm. That hit because it just hurt that you allowed yourself to put so much into it. And you know this, the inner workings of things I must omit. Why then do you paint the picture that you set boundaries and she mad with you? When the last thing she said to you, was she mad at herself? Because you could have decided to be a proper friend, but in the end, you never tried to just show love to me separately without loving the way inside my body. I valued whatever highly because I believed you really understood a lot of me. So me being expressive comes from the fact that someone who I explained my pain and insecurities to, someone who could bite back, someone who knew just how to be there for me, who knew the value I placed in their company, and still, you chose rarely without pride to show up for me like that. And it's not because they couldn't show up for who they want, and that's a fact. But in your defense, you probably couldn't see what everybody knows, but nobody really knows how to separate your me from me. You know how much and how heavy I fought for anyone I cared about. It's my nature, my nurture. Why then make it seem as though I'm spewing this within a place of spite? Even if I tried with all my might to hate you, I won't. Confine myself to such a painful place just to what? Prove a point? Nah, this goes beyond what you did. All of it. It's about my openness to receive. It's maybe more about the boundaries I didn't set because I didn't think I needed all that type with you, lest you forget. You try to paint a picture that I'm mad with you, that you walked away. Nah, I'm mad. I didn't see that you weren't supportive to me. Not really, anyway. And this outlet is the way I grieve. The parts of me that were naive, the parts of me I can't forget, the parts of me I cherish yet. You show up for who you choose. And boyfriend, lover, friend, or muse, I chose to show up for you. I don't regret I chose that choice. What hurts is that you never really chose. And when you felt however you did, you chose the sidelines behind your boundaries hid. And yes, it'll take a minute to heal, but only because for me, it once was the real deal.
Of course, Mannell, we would never leave you. Is everybody having a nice time still? All right. What we're going to do at this time is that I know who you came with. Everybody came with somebody, right? But at this minute, what I want you to do is turn around or even look upstairs or just meet somebody new. Meet somebody new and tell them hello and ask them how they're doing. All right? So let's just take that minute to walk around, say hello to somebody, meet somebody new. Upstairs. somebody new. That's what I think. Did you meet somebody new? Did you get somebody's name? All right. Coming up to the mic right now, it's a pleasure for me to introduce her. I think this is the first time with her married name. Mannell Alexis-Edwards. She is the PRO of Dominica State College. She used to teach at Grammar. I'm sure you've seen her on her YouTube videos as well with her poetry. She's always writing something new and upcoming. A genuine person. Please give it up for Mrs. Mannell Alexis-Edwards.
Thank you for that introduction, Shawna. All right, so good evening, everybody. I'm going to present two pieces this evening that I wrote for different events. The first one is called The Awakening. I heard it, the waves of the Caribbean Sea sounding my name, enticing me to release my stress and awaken my mind. I answered her, as if destiny presented me with only one response. Yes. I jumped off the jetty and swam out into the sea, leaving a branch of frustration behind every stroke as I soaked up her elixir. Then it gripped me. Pregnant darkness. I inhaled on the verge of losing consciousness, and I saw you. Nature's gift swollen with potential, yet battling to regulate your climate while failing at your attempts to reconstruct your broken landscape. Grieving for the loss of your biodiversity as your soil quality, pollutants, and waste force you into poverty. Weakened by your community's vulnerability as you painstakingly watch your people in constant conflict about their health and well-being. Let me take your pain away. I want to strengthen your capacity for training, information sharing, and outreach. Teach your women, youth, and marginalized men to achieve under climate vulnerabilities and long-term higher productivity. I want to lessen your reliance on imported agricultural products for more sustainable economic growth. I want to reduce your vulnerability to natural disasters. Let me fix you. I stretched my hands to greet you as yours gestured towards mine. I wanted that connection, that formidable link that would connect us to the other islands, but then I felt an unbelievable relief of being pulled upright. Clear. Spasmodic breath dragged water out of my mouth and windpipe, soaking the sand beneath me. I opened my eyes, smiled, and uttered, sustainable agriculture in the Caribbean is possible. Thank you. All right, so one more. My music for the second one is giving some issues, but I'm gonna go with the first music. And this one, I wrote it some time ago for some young girls. Oftentimes, they feel that way. The young girls have to be forced into the traditional jobs. But it's important that they explore, that they learn new things. And for this, I pinpointed some of our locals who are doing well in the different fields. This one I called Out of the Box. Raised, and my teacher called my name. Hey, miss, you said exactly what my mom told me yesterday. Girls should be submissive and proper and always slay. Our job should reflect our social status regardless of how much it may pay. Girls should be teachers, caretakers, counselors, laborers, and sculptors. Seamstresses, nurses, stalklers, factory workers, and cleaners. Stick to the beauty industry, a factory, a library, or an odd job in the manufacturing industry. We should remember our place in the society as a helpmate to the man, never to challenge his authority by making more money. The applause from my teacher triggered a standing ovation from my classmates. I was so proud of myself for what I was able to regurgitate. I felt like a champion, an advocate. Then came the bell. I dashed for the door to share my day with my mother while making music with my feet and forming imaginary characters. Ouch, my feet rudely disturbed the rock and everything became dark. Am I in hell? Last I checked, I sang Ephesians like a choir. I'm not a liar, though my mouth might be like an amplifier. I should not be burning in fire, but wait, it's only darkness. Whose hair? I shouted as my hands dressed my hips and a collective echo shouted, Dominicans wear hair to give you some tips. Rescue from the darkness. Someone held up my neck and said, let STEM be my friend, and her name was Dr. Carissa Etienne. I felt my shoulders move and a voice which said, engineering is worth aspiring, and an engineer, Jody Dangleben. I felt support from my spine and a whisper in my ear, remain finance focused, I'm Luana Laurent, I am in finance. She held both my hands and said, let me take you to your destination. My name is Tamara Lowe and I am maritime. I heard Mamo shout, be an iron lady like me and aspire and arise, my political leader. And then I was ushered onto my feet and given clearance to fly by a pilot, Dana Abraham Gage. Suddenly, they were all gone and the darkness once again consumed me. Left to ponder on that encounter, I couldn't help but wonder what life would be without limitations. What if we had more educational opportunities and encouragement from schools and families? What if the outgoing harassment and discrimination were addressed so women could feel safer entering into those industries? If the stereotypes were broken and mentorships were given, could the restriction of the past be forgiven? Oh, that smell. Pungent, loud, and repulsive. They sent signals to my brain, forcing my eyes open. Frightened, I sat up, uneasy, but certain. Feet to the ground, and smiling at my mom, I took a hand and embraced her tightly. Then I confessed that day that I won't settle for the normal jobs, but expand on my horizon. Thank you.
Okay, guys, we're winding down the night, but it is an excellent time. The breeze is blowing and the words are flowing. I hope everybody's met their new friend as well, too. All right. I want to bring up a young lady to the stage. She is the first female manager of Tropical Shipping. She's always fighting hard for women as well. A spokesperson always looking for justice for women, but in positive ways, in order to train the young girls, in order to make them brighter and smarter, somebody that always has a positive word for everybody. I'd like to welcome up Tamara Lowe. Tamara Lowe, everybody.
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me? It's very important that you hear me. So tonight I'm going to be doing two poems that are very near to me, to my heart. They are my favorite poems. The first is called To Little Black Girls Who May Never Be Told. I need everybody to be quiet because you never know if you make me forget my words. I will not forgive you. To little black girls who may never be told. They are coming for you, little black girl. They are searching for you. Ears pressed against thick walls, eyes squinted, intuition sharp. They are searching for you, little black girl, and they will find you. Stay focused, my child. Listen, this is key. He has taken nothing of value from you. He will cut pieces of your bloody hymen and put tokens to shame you on the walls of your path. Please know that this is the path. Walk through and whisper your affirmations, and the echoes will come, reaching from our dreams of tomorrow and our sufferings of the past. They will detangle the insecurities stuck in the base of your cords, for you were not born to whisper, little black girl. You were born to roar. Smile, little black girl, with smiles that hold no pain. Like pain never forced its way into the tiny spaces between your teeth, nor made its way to the base of your feet, a familiar tickle, an attempt to plant its roots and hold you steady once you stop. So smile, little black girl, and keep on moving. Conquer one step at a time. Share one post at a time. Write one poem at a time. Win one election at a time. Take back that puzzle to where you found it, little black girl. The puzzle of a man that was never yours to fix. Pieces that were never intended to fit. A broken man, a broken fate. A broken man, a broken spirit. Love will come to find the pieces of your hidden puzzle, some wrapped in plastic to keep the water out or tied to a stone to keep from floating. Love will come, little black girl. Love will come. They may be familiar faces, little black girl, a parent, a teacher, a friend, who will bring you the message that you are a little black girl, as if being a little black girl made you less pretty or smart, inferior. This is important, little beautiful black girl. Arm your thoughts with books to shield your thoughts and plaster the images of black woman excellence on the walls of your consciousness. Memorize the meanings embedded in the kinks of their hair and the pride and determination in their eyes. Draw maps of their struggles and their strategies, for you will walk their battles. There, go in power, little black girl. Go in faith. Thank you. This second poem is very, very, very important to me. It's called To You Who Love Him. And it's about our young men in our communities. We see them, we call them paros. We see our young men going astray. There's somebody's son, there's somebody's brother, somebody's cousin, somebody's friend. So this is To You Who Love Him. I see you everywhere, on the streets, nervous, eyes fixed on the sky, looking for his familiar face like in Hunger Games. I see you, backs bent, steps slow as you carry the weight of his actions. Tears have formed paths on your face, awaiting another storm like a river they remember. Your lips move quickly as pleading words leap from deep cracks in a broken heart, reaching for God. Your elbows and knees are bruised from sleepless nights of crawling to your darkest memories, searching for that moment when you first failed him. I see you everywhere. His umbilical cord like a chain connects you as you drag behind you the memory of the loving young son he used to be and the burden of the angry stranger that he has become. I see you everywhere. In the mirror, as your mind reasons with worry, who has taken your happiness hostage. I see you everywhere. To you who love him, you must fight for him. your son, your brother. Cover his retinas with contact lenses free of self-hate and self-degradation. Give him pebbles like Hansel and Gretel to return to find a version of him who knew nothing of anger or self-pity or violence. Breathe the courage of our ancestors into his collapsed chest. That courage that when the pain was too much, and when the shame was too much, and when the chains were too tight, slung onto the walls of our history, I shall overcome. He will need headphones vibrating with Pharrell's Happy because the streets are screaming his name. They will not stop. Lift his tongue and carefully place their names. Nelson Mandela, Martin Luther King, Bala, Congaree, that he may taste their conviction, that he may suck from their strength. Tuck words of wisdom into the precious folds of his infant brain, that one day he may, with eloquence and intention, call weakness clothed in power by its name. My dear, he did not only fall through your loving fingers, he fell through the once strong but now battered fabric of our society. So call them. Call on the pillars of men in our society to lend their backs, strong and resilient, to lift him into a new wisdom. Like David fought Goliath, you must face his demons armed with your love, for your love for him can lift dormant dreams from settled graves. This fight has come to you, bold and unforgiving, so you must fight. To you who love him, you must fight for him. To you who love him, you must fight for him, because the streets are fighting too. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. It's on YouTube, Tam. Also, your videos, Tamara, on YouTube? On YouTube. Check out Tamara Lowe. You can find her other poems there as well. A fun time at Lyrics Under the Stars. We always like to give out a little prize. So we have a lovely back massage. And this is from a friend of mine, Deborah Augustine. She has her spa in Belfast. So she's been nice enough to give out a back massage. Who needs a massage? All right. You see, take a look, the girls for the guys, and see who you can give the massage to, the guys to the girls. That's why. Who needs a massage? Yeah, I see different people put up their hand now. Okay. Lyrics Under the Stars is pleased to be here for Domfesta, and another home for us is Alliance Francaise. It's a pleasure for me today to have seen a past director at Alliance Francaise. His name is Stan. Who remembers Stan from Alliance Francaise? Good to have you, Stan. Stan is going to be nice enough to pick the raffle and draw the winner's name for the back massage. Stan? You have to read it, yeah? Yeah, just one. Charlene Morancy.
Charlene Morancy.
Charlene Morancy.
Charlene Morancy. Where is she? Okay.
Yay! And I picked the perfect person to mention it with the great accent. Stan, thank you so much. Good to see you. We also have our college volunteers, and we have one more raffle. It's for some tea bags. Girls, would you like to pick one?
Roger James.
Roger James, come from your little gift there, Roger. Let's give Roger a big round of applause, everybody. And Miss Moranci, let's give her a round of applause. And thank you as well. When you were coming in, you did see the college volunteers at the front. We gave them a warm applause, but let's give them another big clap, you guys, because they're here today volunteering, getting their college hours, giving me a hand. They've been so personable and great as well. Don't forget as well to support our bar area. It is my daughter. Her name is Shayla Johnson, and she's opened up her business called Splendid Snacks by Shay. So please do check her out. She does individual orders as well. A lot of natural products, natural chocolate, and you can specify your orders as well. So let's support the youth in their business ideas that they have. Also, if you have gone to the back there, our artist Shadrach Burton, have you had a chance to see his painting? And he's been painting live throughout the whole night. He's been an active member, and sometimes when you take a drive throughout Dominica down, if you see any objects that are painted that really maybe you think shouldn't be painted, that was from Shadrach. All right, so Shad, I don't know, Shad, if you can just give us a little wave there in the corner. And let's give him a big applause as well, too. Come just for 1 sec there, Shad. Is there anything that you want to say about your artwork or what you're doing now? Go ahead.
Good evening, everybody. Thanks for having me here to do some painting live at Lyrics Under the Stars. I really appreciate all the support from everybody. It's good to see everybody out here appreciating the culture and showing support for all the local artists. We really appreciate your support. I just want to say, feel free to check out my work and also to check out what we do at Robert and the Brand. It's an art-related company that myself and my fiance have. And we do all sorts of things from face painting to live painting, murals, art classes, basically anything art-related. Check it out. So thank you for all the support and do enjoy the evening. Take care.
We have 3 more presenters before we do close down the night. I would like to bring up somebody else. I keep on mentioning YouTube because if you enjoy the poets here, they have a lot of their material as well posted on YouTube where they do their videos. And I'm always amazed too to see how they're actors as well. So please do support the YouTube pages. My next poet, his name is Ed Ellick, and he speaks a lot about social issues that are happening. He has actually, out of everybody, I think a lot or a high number of the YouTube videos as well, always speaking about justice, the rights for people, goodness, agriculture. He's an active member of the YT Kabuli Writers, and I would like to welcome up Ed Ellick, everybody.
Good evening, everyone. Okay. For those of us who don't know what a half person is, tonight we're going to know what a half person is. Because the title of my poem tonight is Half People. Nowadays, there are so many half people. They are always doing things halfway. They can never complete their own goals, nor stick to their own rules, always living glasses half full. Their clothes half washed, their food half cooked, their floor half clean, half this, half that, always half in, half out. But be careful with half people, because those who are habitually disloyal, even to their own selves, are seldomly loyal to somebody else. They will give you half, and someone else will be getting the other half. And some of them will even throw salt on your bobo by leaving the smaller half for you. They will kiss you with the upper lip while the bottom lip cursing you. while their right hand patting your back, their left hand ready to stab you. I telling you, half people are a whole lot of trouble. And it's not always the other person's fault. Because if you are self-giving half, how you expect the other person to give their all? You cannot be running around like Bolt and expect her to stay in and give you good home with big food in glass bowl. Ladies, you cannot be partying like a stripper all over the place with your band Bobo and expect him to treat you like a queen and bring you the whole of Roseau. It might not be right, but it is fair. Half in, half out. So before you open your mouth, check yourself to see whether you've been giving a fair amount. Fellas, have you been listening to her many speeches? Ladies, have you been listening to the things he's not saying? People, have you been giving your all? If not, then expect half a side bag with half money, half a plate with half a wing, half a home with half respect and half love. All I'm saying is, beware of half people. And even more importantly, don't have the ways of a half person. Thank you. It's been a while I don't do that one. I wonder if I can remember it. Okay, fry the plantains. I'm not sure why I tend to think fried plantains are the delight of every Caribbean man. Maybe it somehow grew from our roots, or maybe it's just my personal affair with this somewhat unusual fruit. Man, I love fried plantains. I love them cold or with a little sugar sprinkled on top. I love them plain or hot. They go down well with a hot cup of cocoa tea, ice cold kubuli, with some cucumber salad or saltfish on the side. There's no combination that I haven't tried. The sun could be bursting through the pleated curtains. The rain could be banging on the galvanized roof. I enjoy them anyway, and that's the truth. I have fried plantains whether I'm hungry or filled, sad or happy, sick or healthy. It doesn't matter how I feel. Nothing has ever stopped me from eating fried plantains. Except for that day you stopped talking to me. That day, fried plantains laid cold and alone, craving human contact, struggling with the fact that suddenly it's an unwanted snack. And oh, how it hurt my heart to have to dump fried plantains in the garbage bin. My dearest, don't you ever do that again. 'Cause man, I love fried plantains. Thank you.
But you have to tell them where they can YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Yes, where
Okay, so if you want to see more of my work, you can always check out my Facebook page or my YouTube channel. It's Ed Ellick Poetry. All right.
Thank you, Ed. We have two more performers, but I would like to bring up the president of the Dominica Crafts Association. She'll tell you their full name and a little bit more about them. I'd like a big round of applause, please, for Vanessa Winston.
Hi, good evening, everyone. I am Vanessa Lisa Winston. Hi, Giselle. Yes, the Dominica Arts and Craft Producers Association is an umbrella organization that represents most of our handicrafters and creative designers in Dominica. Tonight, we have Rosamond Telemac. She is a designer in making fabric bags and accessories. I myself, I am specialized in making copper jewelry, leather craft work, and accessories, leather fashion accessories. Then we have Julian James with his natural jewelry made out of calabash, bamboo, coconut, and different seeds. We also have Julian Alexander, who is a wood crafter, and he focused on using natural Dominican harvest wood to do different plaques with most of his plaques have representation of from the motherland, Africa, where he combined different symbols from Africa. And tonight we are happy that we are here to celebrate and to be part of this festival. Other than being here, you can find us at number 8 River Street, Roseau. My number is 612-4585 or 245-7368. We also are the producers of, we have a project where we just started doing reusable sanitary napkins. And we've had a group of women, about 8 women, trained in actually making reusable, washable sanitary napkins here on island. It's available at $60 a bag with 6 reusable sanitary napkins, and it's actually packaged in a cloth bag, which you can wash also, and an extra bag where you store your dirty, well, the used ones. All right, so do support the Dominica Arts and Craft Association, and soon you will hear a lot about us, because we want to actually work along with the forestry division, along with the cultural division, and probably the Ministry of Agriculture in bringing back more of our local materials. We really want to play our part in replanting and reforestation, in bringing back more of our vetiver, more of our screw pines, the seeds that we use to produce our jewelry and all these things. We will be part of the Enchanted Garden up in Eggleston this month end. So we are the ones helping with building the costumes, and we also, our artisans will be also having products on sale as well. Thank you and have a good night. Enjoy what's left.
I would like to bring up, everybody has been drinking their Catco tea. I would like to bring up the person so you can see who's behind it. Please give a big warm welcome to Afi George.
Greetings. Good night, everybody. Firstly, thank you for coming. Domfesta has and always be a brilliant idea. I'm from the village of Castle Bruce, and I just want to thank everybody for patronizing our stuff at the bar. The cocoa tea is something, cocoa is something I have chosen to specialize in for a few years now. And over the years, through the time, I've come up with the cocoa stick, which my way, which you have been drinking tonight. And the brand name of my product is Black Gold. I'm chosen to be all-inclusive. Black has every color in it, so it's all-inclusive, and gold is the value of and the richness of the product that is being displayed, you know. I also do chocolates. I do chocolate bars. I am right now kind of specializing in a ginger bar, dark chocolate really. And futuristically, I personally look to do something where we can incorporate young people with finding ways to do natural packaging for our products here. But for now, I'm putting out a bunch of cocoa products that we all can enjoy. everything is in the making. We're in the initial stages. So if anybody desire to reach out to me in any way, my email is twinidedproductions@gmail, and my phone number is 245-3745. Affily George is my right name on Facebook, on Instagram. So if anything, you can reach out to me. We can have a discussion, or you can get some of the lovely products that I put forward. Once again, Domfesta, thanks for coming out and supporting Domfesta. All the people I love, all the people that's there, Michelle, my cousin. I'm excited in a lot of ways, but I'm thankful most of all. So I pray you have a wonderful night, and thanks for coming out, and thanks for.
Okay, good night. Good night once again. And just to tell you that the Whitey Kubuli writers, we are on display here with our books. We have a lot of local Dominican writers, and they have a lot of stories to tell, including poetry and short stories. You can reach us on the whiteyKubuli@gmail.com. Our Facebook page also, Whitey Kubuli Facebook page, and Amazon.com. So thank you, and we enjoy your support, and the books are there. So those of you who haven't seen it, they're on display, and some are for sale. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Huguette. I also want to mention that you can get in touch with Piton Noir as well. And I want to mention a little bit about them as well, another book group and publishers as well. They do collective stories that nurture and encourage the writers to explore science fiction. So this is something different, and it's Caribbean authors with science fiction. So it's Piton Noir. You can check them out as well. I would like to bring up Delroy Williams, but goes by the name of what? Nesta.
Thank you, Shawna. I am also a member of Piton Noir. This poem I'm going to do, it's a poem that I wrote during a very difficult period in my life. It's my second go-poem. So just bear with me. The poem is entitled Letter to a Next Boyfriend. So I'm writing to a next boyfriend. Dear replacement, I started to write this note hoping that you would break her heart and have her running back to me. But then it dawned on me, what do I really want? I wanted to be happy. And right now, she's not happy with me. So I have to put aside my huge ego. And here's a list of things I think that you should know. 1, she likes her cocoa with toloma and not milk. You see, she's lactose intolerant. She also doesn't tolerate cheating. I learned that the hard way. I hope you never do. 2, send a good night and good morning texts and messages. And if you are gifted with words like I am, write her a song or a poem, but never ever let her know you're flirting with other women in their DMs. Keep that shit a secret, or better yet, just don't do it. Don't make the same mistakes that I did. You will live to regret it, just like I am doing. She likes evening strolls on the beach, but don't take her to Tukari. It's a nice place and all, but that's where I first made her cry. And that was the beginning of the end, though I didn't know it then. I know it now. I should have never, ever shed her tears. And looking back, after all these years, I'm baffled that we even lasted this long. One thing, she really had a lot of patience. Number 4, do not test her patience. I did that enough for the two of us, and I'm not sure if you will be as lucky as me. So please, don't even try to be. 5, she's a clean freak. So when you pee, just flush the toilet. And please, 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 pull up the seats. Every now and then, boy, do the dishes. Show her that you are trying. Please don't be like me and take her for granted. She will do everything for you, and I want that for you. Sorry. She would do everything for me, and I would just sit there, not raise a finger to help. But she needs a partner and not a slave master. She needs a lover and not a womanizer. 7. Go to church with her. Don't neglect the spiritual. You see, that is very important to her. I spent countless hours watching cricket and football on the couch of our apartment when I could have been next to her, seated on the pew, next to my baby. Now I wish I could have that chance again. But my time has passed. But your time is to come. Number 8, let her know that you love her. Ring it in her ear. Sing it to her time and time again, like an old refrain. I didn't do enough of that. I kept my emotions all to myself, and I even stifled my feelings. If I get that chance once more, I will tell her I love her so much. Number 9, cook for her. Not just on special days, but make every day or any day special. She doesn't ask for much, so give her so much more. If I only knew what I had then, I wouldn't be writing these words from my pen. I would be home cooking her breakfast to serve her as she wakes up. But these thoughts in my head are keeping me up instead. Be a man and not just a man. Let people know you love her. Not in words, but by the things that you do, the way you put her up on a pedestal where only you can reach. Because if you love her right, no other man can dare compete. I tell you these things because I still love her, and I'm hoping that I didn't taint her heart. But if I did, I want to apologize profusely. You see, I hurt her terribly, and that's what hindsight has shown me. I can never make it up to her. She will never let me, and I don't blame her either. I just wanted to give you a heads up because she doesn't deserve to be hurt again. She doesn't deserve to love and not get loved in return. Thank you.
Nesta, everybody, give it up for Nesta. I want to thank everybody for coming tonight. We're not finished just yet. We still have one other poet to close down the night. But at this time, I'd just like to thank everybody that did grace the stage. We have Ed Ellick, we have Tamara Lowe, Bouncy Liverpool. I wonder if anybody took a look at the artwork upstairs. That's by Aaron Hamilton. Poet Shadina Antoine, Mannell Alexis-Edwards, Mandisa Duchess, Melon George. We have Kade Elwynn, also our MC, Firebright, Shimiel, Nesta, and Leona Jeremiah. Give it up for everybody who blessed the stage. I couldn't have done this night without the cultural division and everybody's help there. Everybody, a big round of applause for the cultural division celebrating Domfesta. And to our cultural officer, Earlson Matthew, as well, for all of his help in making this event happen for Lyrics Under the Stars. And for myself, for my help, if all of the college volunteers can come up, I know you guys are shy, and I always speak about that. That's something new that I learned about social anxiety. Do you guys hear about that? I didn't know that. I was born in the 70s, so I don't know, but this is a new thing. But what I like is that we have all of our volunteers that are here, and little by little, they're coming out, speaking to people, using their skills as well, too. So for you guys, I want you to give them a big round of applause for all of their help. Aaliyah, Arnell, Curtania, Gabrielle, Jeanette, Kade, Makita, Naomi, Amari, also first time up on open mic, Serena, Trisha, as well. A big round of applause, and also Mannell Alexis, who's the PRO of the Dominica State College. Our college volunteers, everybody. Thanks, guys. Thank you for all of your help. I would like to bring up Kade one more time to introduce our last poet. And I really hope everybody enjoyed themselves tonight, had a good time, met somebody new, broke out of their little norms. I wasn't born to conform to society's norm. My thinking may be a little off track, and to idle people, my behavior may seem whack. But I'm real, I'm a truthful, fulfilling meal. I say hi to everyone I meet, even the homeless on the street. I don't pack away money on the shelf. I desire to empower the next generation without hesitation. I'm a good friend to the end, and if you can't fathom that notion, too bad for you. You're drinking a deadly potion. I wasn't born to conform to society's norm. I'm Shawna J. Thanks for coming to Lyrics Under the Stars. And I'm bringing up Kade Elwynn. Thanks for coming out, everybody.
Hi, guys. Okay. She is one of Dominica's uprising female poets and an active member of the Whitey Kubuli Arts Association. She has been writing poetry since she was 10 and has been performing her poetry for the past 15 years. Her most recent performance was at the DFC's Jazz and Creole. She has been involved in many of Dominica's cultural groups like Africulture Stiltwalkers, locally known as Bwabwa, and Whitey Kubuli Dance Theater. She's a budding calypsonia. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Mika Cognant.
Thank you so much, Kade. Did I get it correct? All right. Good evening, everyone. And I really do hope that you guys have enjoyed Lyrics Under the Stars. I've been at I'd say majority of Lyrics Under the Stars when it started out in Shawna's backyard in Bath Estate. And this is probably number 25, Lyrics Under the Stars. And believe it or not, I've only missed 2. And it was because I was off island. So Lyrics Under the Stars is something that is home to me and something that I hold dearly to my heart. In recent times, we've had a lot of, I would say, child abuse going on in Dominica and in the world, and this poem speaks to this. I still write on paper, okay? So I'm not like most of the modern poets who use their phones. I'm still a paperback writer. And so this piece is to everyone who has ever been abused. If me broke she plate, if I never stood up straight, she would have cussed me out till I dead and done. And as for those eyes, how they would stare at me, no matter the occasion, no matter where, I seem to always be under her scrutiny. So, my story begins here, but shh, don't let my mother know. I dreaded greatly the times when I was left at home with daddy alone. For that man they called my father, if man or father were even the words to use. He was a beast in human skin and form. He forcefully pushed me up against the wall, and when I didn't conform, he slapped me twice across my face and told me, shh, not to make a sound. He took from me what my mother said was for that special wedded somebody. And my illusion of the tender, loving care had just been shattered. I was scared with a permanently etched hatred in my heart for men. But please, don't let my mother know. You see, my mother always said, don't talk to strangers. But I never understood how strangers looked so sweet and smelled so sweet too. But he said hi, and I smiled, and I felt my heart beat with glee. He whispered in my ear, and I quivered, melted in his every word. But my heart skipped a beat. I was caught back to reality. I talking to a stranger and falling in love completely. Nonsense. But don't let my mother know. And though I still had a hatred for men, I could not help myself. I was helplessly in love. He invited me to his house so we could be alone, get to know each other. Yes. And I went, and to my surprise, he was much, much, much more charming than ever. Who said he was a stranger? So we talked, we laughed, we got a little closer, and he was so tender. We kissed, we caressed, yes, and we had sex. Yes, we had sex. And this must have been my 5th time, yet this time was willing. And oh boy, it was divine. But I warn all you, don't let my mother know. You see, I waited a call for days, for weeks, for months. But after that one home visit I made, I never saw or heard from him again. My second heartbreak, I was beginning to grow deep in remorse. For when I couldn't find love again, when I couldn't find love again, I, abused by my father at home and on the streets harassed by men, I made what to me was an advantage. You see, sorry, old school. I made what to me was an advantage. You see, to fill the little hole in my heart. I can say it was a change for the better. Instead of pushing them away, I enchanted them with my feminine wiles and secrets, and in exchange for my attention, they gave me all what my simple little heart desired. Gucci and Blackberries. Here I come. iPhone. Here I come. And if I was asked about my little treasures, I simply said, a friend thought I could use this. But I warn all you, don't let my mother know. You see, my favors were flowing just fine, juicy, until I hit a blocker. Dizzy head, retching gut, a suddenly expanding stomach, which led to that doctor who led me to those tests that turn litmus paper red, even ever red with zest. My baby, 2 months along, was at risk. Aborted or alive would make no difference, for it was death sooner by family or later by HIV. So my baby kept me company in my misery, for I can't let my mother know. I won't let my mother know. And you see, you, all of you, don't let my mother know. Thank you. Okay, so as much as I'm a paperback poet, I am actually going to use technology for this next one. All right. Last year for Writers Week, this one is on YouTube. I haven't been putting any of my work out on YouTube. Hopefully, before the end of the year, that can be accomplished, at least 1 or 2 pieces. but this one is on YouTube. I did it last year for Writers Week. Most of us here know what love is, and some of us are now finding out what it actually is to love a partner, to love ourselves. And because of that, this poem is a tribute to love. Love me. I would like if you would permit me to speak my mind. Love me. You see, I want you to love me. From the tip of my toenails to the tip of the longest strand of hair. Love me. I want you to love me. Gently place your warm hands on my feet and run your hands down my soul, and in between my toes, slide your hands up my ankles and grab onto my thighs. Love me. I want you to love me. Squeeze my hands and tickle my sides till I release an earthquake of giggles, infectiously causing you to laugh. Itsy bitsy spider on my belly and love me. I want you to love me. You see, run your fingers through my hair. Hold my face and kiss me. Kiss me with lips so soft. Slide those hands down my back, send shivers up my spine, and love me. I want you to love me. Stare into my eyes, consume my soul, see me for me, with all my flaws and all my imperfect quirks. Love me. I want you to love me. Even when I'm flustered over the silly things you do, I need you to love me. Love me unconditionally. See me and only me. Keep your eyes and attention on me. Love me holistically. Love me with the passion that flows through your veins. Love me like today is my last day. Love me like every second will be my last. Love me today. 'Cause I know we may get upset, and I know life and no one is perfect. So, love me. I just want you to love me. This was Love Me. Okay, guys, and my final piece for you, I performed it at Jazz and Creole. Dominica is known as the Nature Isle of the Caribbean, and we're here on the Lyrics Under the Stars, which is all about nature, all about Dominica, all about what roots us as artists. And as you can see, all the persons doing crafts and writing and everything here that is local, even the paintings and stuff that you see around, usually bring out what Dominica offers, nature. So this one is called My Blood Runs Green. A little volume, please. They say that blood is red, but mine runs green. They say that blood is red, but mine runs green. Oh, and my heart, it screams. The green shines through my melanin, hugging every inch of my skin. They called me wildflower, but I bloom with grace. Prick my finger and it pours red, yet my every being flows green. Yet they say that blood is red, but mine runs green. You see, my island girl essence glows and beams, fluorescent green. In the dark, when the world goes quiet, fantasy says it's magic. But the valley screams, she's mine. wearing the garment of innocence. I drown my burdens in the emerald crystal waters that flow from the mountaintops to the shores. And when the sunlight touches my body, from my toes to my head, the peace I feel, I can't express. But they say that blood is red, but mine runs green. You see, they say green means toxic. Yet for me, it's what makes me sweet, captivated by nature and everything in it. I go to the trees and talk to the leaves. They are my confidants and I am their muse. Nurtured from the roots, springing leaves by night and blossoms by day. The petals I may have once pursued wave on branches with open arms, while the leaves set off my darker moon. And though green with envy, this is still my canvas, anticipated like that green at the end of the sunset when the sun kisses the earth goodbye. From my green, rich, fertile, and for my green is rich, fertile, and fruitful. And men have spilled their blood trying to get me in my entirety. Yet they say that blood is red, but mine runs green. Because of my green, I can green and boast of green thumbs. Green like the 4 blocks that remind me that's my flag. I am Dominican, enchanted by the celestial view, invited by the sun rays that comb through my soul. We are all flowers from the same garden. You see, you may not see it now, but it's here, singing nature's breezy song, hushed by the plumage when our imperial bird soars, sweet like the juicy, mouth-watering, swollen, firm, and exotic fruits the island bears, not forbidden like the Adam's apple, yet not easily cherry-picked, or like a walk on the red carpet. But our island can boast of refreshing coconuts, sweet passion fruits, pineapples and bananas, gushing watermelons, and oh, those Julie mangoes. But have you ever had a green mango? The excitement is in eating it green. The sitting at the edge of your seat, anxious for that tangy yet sweet taste. And how those of us who love to cut up the mango green and mix it with a little bit of vinegar, salt, and pepper. Can you taste it? Yet they say that blood is red, but mine runs green. You see, the shortest path to heaven is through a garden's gate. The wind rustling through the leaves, walking through the forest, listening to nature's song. The eerie notes whispered in the wind, luring me in, reminding me of my altar being. Rooted in this volcanic soil, and smooth as the leaves, blossoming like the dainty flowers, and astonishing like the breathtaking vistas at the edge of the highest mountain, engulfed by the mist. But this is no hallucination. Prick my finger and it pours red. I am an island girl, drawn to the emerald crystal waters, yet my every being flows green. Enchanted by the celestial brew of the sun's rays, singing nature's breezy song, Isle of beauty, Isle of splendor, glowing green and boasting of our verdant and unspoiled nature, hushed by the plumage of our imperial bird soars. I am nothing, nothing and nothing but me. They say that blood is red. They say that blood is red. They say that blood is red. But mine runs green, for I am Dominican. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
We're closing down the night, everybody, but that doesn't mean that you have to go. We have a few items left in the kitchen as well. A round of applause for Janet Taylor. That was the first on stage for open mic. And also to the production as well, that this is being filmed, streamed live on the Cultural Division Facebook page. And also, when a show is over, sometimes you don't know what goes on behind in order to make it happen. And sometimes we don't have all the exact information. But the person that really helped out tonight with the poets and the artists and those that wanted music, we have Al, that's way up there from the Cultural Division. I'd like to give Al a big, big round of applause. And closing off, I want his name to be mentioned because all of this wouldn't have happened with all his hard work and, running with the poets and dealing with the musicians. Thank you very much. And to all of you, thank you for coming to Lyrics Under the Stars, featured for Domfesta 2020. Have a good night.